you guys were introducing yourselves, I was going to say I would like to be a freshman again. So those of you who are freshmen, get pretty excited because it'll be really fun. It'll go by really fast. So I'm Eric Vanderheide. I graduated in 2008, and I was all about Bonner when I was here. I love the Bonner program. I still live in Richmond, so I'm glad that I could come back and spend some time with you guys. I had an interesting Bonner experience. I started out at Retreat Hospital. This was before this system came in where you do different rotations. I started at Retreat Hospital. I thought I wanted to go into medicine, and they put me in transportation. So I thought I would be driving an ambulance or something. And, I was pushing people in the hospital, those who were with us and no longer. And so after a couple of experiences, I decided to move, and I landed at this organization. I wanted to work with children and art. I really loved art. I wouldn't consider myself an artist, but I like to draw and do creative things like that when I was growing up. So there's an organization in town called Art 180, and they work with at-risk youth. These could be, we work with children who, actually we have a program at Henderson. Who was speaking about Henderson? We have a program at Henderson, a lot of different inner city schools, boys and girls clubs. We have a program for sexual minority youth. We have a program for children who have military parents. So we kind of have a very broad spectrum of how we define growing up in challenging circumstances. But what we do is we create self-expressive programs related to art, whether it's songwriting or painting or mural project, whatever it is, and kind of give these children an opportunity to share their stories with others, where we feel like they're in an environment right now where they're not necessarily able to do that. And so I kind of speak in the present tense because I joined Art 180 as a freshman in college, just volunteering regularly, and then they asked me to join the board when I graduated. And I've been on the board since, and I'm getting ready to take over chairing our development committee and trying to raise some money for the organization. So I've stayed incredibly involved there. And Kim can probably tell you I flood her inbox with emails about happening things around Richmond with Art 180. So, I would say that it's an interesting experience in that I found an organization early on that I really connected with, and even after I graduated, I wanted to stay involved, and luckily things just kind of worked out so that I could. But I would encourage you to, when you leave college, find a way to continue your civic engagement or continue your community service, or it's really, I think it's just that idea of giving back. And I see it also as a way. I am in an office with a number of colleagues, and a lot of them just don't know what's going on around Richmond with different organizations that they could show up and support, and it's just spreading the word about not only issues that are going on, but also events that are going on that could put them in direct contact with an organization that then they could become involved with. I think it's just, I've kind of enjoyed marrying people with organizations in Richmond since I graduated. I was also pretty involved with the Collegiate Disaster Relief Team. I don't know if it still has that name, but it was interesting timing. Katrina hit my sophomore year, and so right after Hurricane Katrina, the whole Bonner class, I think my whole Bonner class traveled down to the Gulf Coast and did some relief work there, and so a few Bonners and myself got that up and off the ground when we got back, and I'm excited to see that that's still going on, and like to give a little bit of money towards it if I can. But yeah, so I would say my Bonner experience has been kind of cool because I still have it.